Fact checking and corrections are encouraged.
Can we get a cup of coffee in here, please?
I don't know. Do you know? I don't know. Nothing. I don't know nothing.
Damn good coffee and hot.
What is that?
Wake up, America. You've got a dog that needs walking. That's right, sunshine. Just put on a big pot of strong coffee and get ready to type your little hate mail with your opinions about kumbaya and flat earth insanity. Stand-up comedy? You want stand-up comedy? Well, we've got sit-down comedy. It's time for Coffee with the Dog. You make me laugh.
Not too much to laugh about, but we'll do our best. That's all we can do. You can only do your best. You can't do better than your best. Do worse than your best. And some days we do. I often do worse than my best. Sunday night, I'm going to do worse than my best. Although I would try to do my best. I won't be doing my best. Because my best is, for many people, the best is yet to come. But for me, the best is already came and gone. Anyway, good morning, folks. It is Wednesday already. The week is flying by, isn't it? It's Wednesday, December 27th, 2023. This year is almost in the garbage can, in the trash can, trash bin, whatever you want to call it. And good riddance. But we got a couple more days to go. Tomorrow, Jack Decker will be here pitching his states' rights that has no states' rights in it idea. And then Friday, we have a sci-fi author to start the day, and then two comedians, Emma Kay, both of which have been on the program before. Emma Kay is returning, and Melvin Hayes. So it should be an eventful show on Friday. But today, I was planning on doing a year in review, just recapping the year that was 2023. A lot of crazy stuff this year. Long year, very long year. But even though the days go by fast, the shows come and go really quickly. It has been a long December, and there's reason to believe maybe next year will be better than the last. Maybe. There's always reason to believe that maybe next year will be better than the last. Of course, the reverse is true. Maybe next year will be worse than the last. It's just a roll of the dice, folks. Anyway, I think I'm going to get kicked off Twitter today. Alex Jones is posting some stuff about interracial war. According to Alex, black people, they declared war on whitey and are killing white people at crazy rates. So black people are just going crazy, killing white people, according to Alex Jones. And investigative reporter Rod Dew. It's got to be a made-up name, Rod Dew. Anyway, they both they're claiming that the FBI knows about this war, the war of black folk declared on the white people, and they're killing all the whiteys. So now he if you don't know, Alex Jones was banned from Twitter for a couple of years. He's recently been allowed back on. Now all I did was comment that, well, black men have bigger penises, even though they drink the same amount of coke as white people, because the elites like big black cock. Just playing with Alex's thing about coke cans and penis minimization or something like that. According to Alex, the liner in the coke can make your penis smaller. If your daddy's penis was 12 inches, your penis is going to be 6 inches, your son's going to be 3 inches, your grandson's not going to have a penis. that kind of thing. That kind of thing. Anyway, I am expecting that even though Alex is allowed to say whatever he wants on Twitter, that my first of all, some people are not going to see the joke in this. That black men have bigger penises, even though they drink as much coke, because the elites, they want big black cock. I don't think that's going to fly with Twitter. I think I am expecting any moment now to get an email to say your account has been permanently suspended and go away. And maybe that's what I need. Maybe I'm doing that to myself. I'm sabotaging my Twitter account on purpose because I'm really sick of it. But I do love, like, yanking Alex Jones's chains because he's fucking nuts. First of all, and who doesn't love fucking with a crazy person? Well, yeah, I love fucking with a crazy person. Anyway, so we are going to talk about the year in review and stuff that we can remember. I didn't do a whole lot of homework. I know I promised to do a whole lot of homework. I was on the internet, excuse me, trying to connect with some radio people that I worked with in the past about my plans for 2024, which is to add some things like giveaways, really working hard on getting comps for all around the country, from comedy clubs, music clubs, just every fucking week. Friday comes and I will get still seats available. Still seats available. Often from comedy clubs, local comedy clubs especially. They're giving the tickets away because they want people to fill the seats. Well, why not let us use those comps to give some away to the audience here? It's not like we have the biggest audience in every city, but I can definitely target the cities where we do have significant listenership and be giving some of that stuff away. Now, it occurred to me as I was doing that trading comps for sponsorship, probably it doesn't put money in my pocket, but it definitely helps with the viewership and keeping the program interesting for people who are not necessarily interested in the daily whatever the topic is of the day. So tomorrow, for instance, we're going to be talking about states' rights, which we've already kind of taken apart. And there are a lot of people who won't be necessarily sitting on their edge of their seats listening for states' rights conversation. But if we were giving stuff away, they'd be more likely to stick around and try to win something. There was a time when I was giving away vacations, but turned out these vacations, they were legit vacations, but they didn't include the transportation. So you had to get yourself to the city, and we were giving away basically hotel stays and resort stays and tickets to events at the resorts and all that kind of stuff, but not the transportation. And it wasn't all that appealing to people. Of course, the transportation would be different because you're always coming from a different city. Anyway, let's move on with the show. Speaking of men with big penises who drink a lot of coke, Willie's here. Good morning. Anything, fellas? Hello? Nope, you're muted, dude. No,
What?
you're
I
there.
am?
No, you're not. Now
Okay.
Wait, you are.
What? I am?
Yes, you're delayed. Oh, you're doing that on purpose. I get it. Funny. No, you're not muted. You're just very low. Yeah, you're very low.
Yeah, it's your testosterone. Pick it up.
Yeah. Do you have
Mine dog coffee. I don't always drink coffee, but when I do, I enjoy a cup or two while I catch up on past episodes of Mind Dog Coffee.
All right. Oh, coffee with the dog.
That's what I said. Coffee with the dog.
Yes. Now, is there some stuff in the liner of your coffee cup there that will make your penis smaller? Yeah, because first of all,
not a chance.
Why did your people declare war on Whitey?
Well, we didn't declare a war. What we did was we canceled the truce. There's a difference.
Oh, Willie, talk. Nothing.
No, you're not. You're whispering.
I mean, it's so low.
Yeah.
Maybe you could hire an engineer to come and figure out how to work that stuff.
Yeah. Maybe Matt can send you an engineer
Yeah.
to go with the fancy equipment.
No,
Do you have a
problem.
9-year-old child that can show you how to work that stuff?
Can't do it. See, this is the year in review, folks. This is how the year started, and this is how the year is ending.
I have a question for you, Matt.
I have no answers.
Okay, then never mind then.
Okay. No, what is the
next.
question?
No, if I pull down the menu here, it says explore the podcast, and it says there's 453 past episodes, but we're on episode 351.
Right.
So have you been like,
where are you?
I'm right here.
No, what website are you on? Are you on Apple? Are you on Spotify? Are you
YouTube Beast? YouTube.
Oh,
I'm on YouTube.
Oh yeah, there's been a lot of them pulled off of YouTube.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. I was about to say, is it because you've been just like 102 episodes have been pulled off of YouTube?
No, not necessarily. Because a lot of them I forgot to, because they get put in that bucket when you select the playlist. They join that podcast. Okay. So we have several podcasts listed on YouTube. Coffee with the Dog was only put in I only created that as a playlist. About 100 episodes in. There have been several, probably more like 25 or so, that were just taken down for different reasons. Some of them because I got in trouble with YouTube. Some of them because was just fighting with the guests and that kind of stuff. Willie, you got any sound yet? No?
Oh, no.
No, you got none.
I just need to get closer, maybe?
No, you need to.
No, you don't need to get closer.
How low is it?
Hold on, let me check if I can do something. Oh, you just clicked. There's a wire loose somewhere. You got wire problems, connection problems, dude. That is big. Yeah. So yeah. How many does it say? 453 or something? 423 something.
453.
453.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I think probably 100 of those, or 100 or so, is because we didn't add the playlist until too late, and I have to go back and find them, and I could add them back in. You got something? No, you got nothing.
Hard to tell.
He's got nothing.
I can hear all kinds of background noise.
Yeah, that's wire connection issues.
Yeah.
Gotta have good wires, even though the board works, the microphone works. All that works. The wire. If the wires are shit, it ain't gonna happen.
Is that okay?
No.
You're still low.
Yeah, it's definitely. Yeah, definitely a wire thing. Hold on a second. Mic settings.
What's that blue thing on your wrist? You think that could be interfering with it?
Here, talk now, Willie.
Hang on.
Oh yeah, that's good.
That was good. That
was good. Keep talking. Good. Give me test 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Sing, I'm a little teapot.
How's that?
No, well, you had it good, and then whatever you did, you screwed up.
Well,
you had it good when you said hi, mom, or whatever you said. Hang on.
Hang on, not hi, mom.
Yeah, something is going on there.
Right here?
You got it.
Is that a unidirectional mic, or is that omnidirectional?
Is that?
No.
That?
No.
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 Right.
Well,
it's the hat. Yesterday you were wearing a king hat and everything worked fine. Then you put on the oh shit hat, and then oh shit happens.
There you go. That works.
Okay. Is that good?
It's a little better. Let me raise it.
Yeah, hold your wrist like that. I think that's it.
Yeah.
There, okay. I am so tired of the way that you point things out like that. I could do whatever I want, okay?
Wow.
Okay.
So, Willie, you were in this thing on January 13th, I saw this morning, and you, what's the guy's name? Taylor Danes or something like that? Is that his name? Taylor Danes? Somebody Danes says he's on the show bill with you on the 13th. He's supposed to be here on the 12th. The funniest year in review, the funniest comics of the year. No,
Who's on the schedule?
hold
What's
on.
his name?
You're low again.
Somebody Danes, Taylor Danes. Hold on, not Taylor Danes. That's a singer, right? Dylan Tane. Times.
Yeah, no.
Dylan Times.
Yeah.
Dylan Times.
Yeah, no, he's a native cat. He's super fucking funny, and he's really ambitious. Like that dude has got a lot of stuff going on all around football. Like especially with Bosses closing as a comedy club. Like he's really been.
I just
yeah.
Uh-oh. Tried to kill your echo cancellation, but it just made you low. You definitely there's still connection issues with your microphone there. I don't know what it is. Anyway,
The hat.
Yeah, you think it's the hat? The hat.
Well, the periodic table, right? Is that a periodic table on his chest?
Periodically, I'm sarcastic.
Yeah, it's something when you just stood up straight like that, it got better. There's something is weird there.
Maybe I just need to speak more into the microphone.
No, that's a very sensitive mic. That's a like a condenser mic. That mic should be hot as hell.
Oh, is that?
Yeah. Oh, it's a condensed mic. Add water.
Condenser.
Oh.
Do not add water.
Don't add water.
All right, this has been a great show. This is the year in review. Yeah, it's definitely those wires, man. We're hearing clickety click, clackety clacks, and clunkety clunk.
For those listening on 365, we want to thank you for this
for sticking around for
it's Willie's fault. For those of you who don't know what Willie looks like, picture anything.
Now you're all red. Like. You know you're all red.
Yeah.
You like being red?
I don't care.
So
well, actually I can what it is I can probably do this.
What was that?
That's
better.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Now you're white. No, you're like a newspaper though, because you do have a little bit of white in you, right? So you're black and white,
black and white,
red all over. Right?
Yeah.
All right, goodbye.
Thank you. We're
entertainment, folks.
We're supposed to be doing a year review, not bad old.
I do have on this day also.
Yeah, bad joke reviews. Last night, Sam Tallent's new special, though, the Toad's Morale, debuted. Very funny. It's extremely funny. But it debuted on YouTube. Okay. And the chat room, now here's the thing. If you go in a comedy club, people are not going to talk. But for some reason, if you premiere your special on YouTube, people they're more concerned with just typing away and having conversations in the chat room than actually listening to the special. How can you enjoy a comedy special if you're typing away, especially negative comments and getting into arguments with people? And you can't really do it. Yeah. But it was a killer special, but trying to ignore the comments, every once in a while I'd glance over and it'd just be tons of negative shit. Like it's just weird. I mean, the paradigm is changing. People are not waiting for Netflix or Showtime or whatever, even Amazon Prime. Now they're just going straight to YouTube, doing it as a premiere. I noticed he had about 2,000 thumbs up on the video. I don't know how many people were watching it, the premiere live, but how much can you make doing it that way? I don't think you can even make your production costs back. Even so, say you got 2 million views for the entire hour, what would that break down to? About, I think, like $1,600.
Okay.
So I mean, but that's if you got 2 million. He had 2,000 thumbs up. I don't know how many people were on it, but I know it wasn't 2 million. So I mean, how much does it cost you to actually film a special, edit it, and all that stuff, and get it with that all the production stuff that goes into it? more than $1,600, even if you got 2 million people on there for the entire hour, and not everybody goes on for the entire. So it's a money losing proposition, at least for the first night. Now maybe over a year or so,
Maybe he made his money in the front end, like he sold tickets to the event itself, and so he's
Well,
already covered
yeah,
his
he
costs.
tours. I mean, definitely he got paid well for the night. It was at I think Funny Bones in Cincinnati. So he got paid for he's a touring comedian headliner. He's definitely getting paid for that for the night. But a special back in the day, or even like Tom Segura's special on Showtime, he got like $2 million advance on that. Now
Right.
you're not gonna, the people who are doing it straight to YouTube. I admire uh, the ambition or just taking the bull by the horns and doing it yourself. But I don't think it's a feasible model moving forward because no,
I think it definitely depends on your audience. You know what I mean? Like I definitely don't have the audience to support that. You know what I mean? Like,
but you got to come up with the pre-production. You got to come up with the money to produce it in advance, and then hope you're going to recoup it. A 4-camera shoot. I don't know. You know what? I should see if I can
but
find
I
out.
mean, there is. I think that there's probably, especially for somebody like Sam, he probably has people that are willing to shoot his special on spec. You know what I mean? And make money on the back end also. You know what I mean?
I would have been willing to do that first.
Right. Yeah. And so, yeah, I think he probably lucks out there as well as he may not have the upfront cost. You know what I
Oh, now I'm looking at it right now. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Sorry. Like, wow,
mean? He was just
that's
on Kill
looking at it.
Tony again, by the way. He was a panel member on Kill Tony.
People were saying he's so much better on podcasts. This was one of the main comments I saw on it. So he got, according to this, 115,000 views since last night. That's a lot of views, but it's not a
Yeah.
lot of money on YouTube. And they pay for not just the views, but more importantly, comments in the actual. Uh, yeah, so people came on after it was done with the premiere, and there's a lot of comments in here. A lot of comments. So that'll do good. That will definitely push it up. But again, you got to come up to like $2 million to make $1,600. I'm thinking $1,600 is the watermark for um, paying back for a 4-camera shoot. That's where I'm getting that number from. So he's got 117 views, 115K views now. It's a long way to go to get to just making your money back.
Yeah.
It's a shame. Now the thing, it was really funny. I think it was edited poorly and shot poorly. There are now there are.
Maybe that's why it went to YouTube. If he didn't, after
He
looked
wouldn't have
at
got
it,
it on Netflix because
that's
of
what
the
I'm saying. After he
broadcast
looked at it
laws.
and goes like, "Whoa, this is I can't put this. There's no way I can sell this where I want it to. Let's put it on YouTube and let the people enjoy it."
Well, yeah, no, I don't know if that much thought went into it. I think
That much thought went into mine.
well, yeah, but this is a trend now. The guys on Sam's level, Joe List did the same thing. His special went out to YouTube. There's a lot of people who are doing it. It's straight to YouTube. Mark Norman did his straight to YouTube. They're doing that as a strategic thing, thinking about it even before they start to shoot it. I'm going to do it and release it on YouTube. That's what I'm saying. I don't think.
Shafir did it, and it went pretty good. His special views like blew up.
Let me look at the numbers. Ari Shafir's latest special on YouTube. Let me see. I'm gonna.
'Cause I think that came out like maybe 18 months ago or
How
so.
do you spell Shafir? Shafir.
Yeah, SHAFFIR, I think.
Yeah. Ari Shafir. Live. No, that's live. What's the latest
This is
special?
view special.
Oh, is it dated? That's not a. Because the latest thing that came out he did was a month ago. That's only got 43,000.
It was like 18 months ago. He came
Oh,
out
18 months ago? Oh.
because he was kind of the first in the crew because Netflix didn't want to give him money or whatever, so he was like, "All right, well, I'll just do it on YouTube." Fuck it.
Oh yeah, but you know what? Oh no, this is longer than 18 months ago, because it basically he got it for sale on YouTube. This older one, this one came out in 2015, but you can buy or rent it on YouTube, so
Now,
it's not free on
No,
you.
there is one that just came out. Like it had to be 2020.
Hmm.
Willie, I'm
Uh,
getting a. I don't know what a hiss is. I don't. I'm. Your volume is still low, and there's a lot of hiss.
yeah, a lot of hits because got it turned up so much on this end to
Oh,
make it
okay.
loud enough.
I don't. I mean, I don't know how to turn up. I'm sure there's a way to turn up my microphone on here,
It's
but
in your audio settings in the settings thing at the bottom of the browser in StreamYard, on your mic settings.
oh, okay. Let me go over to that.
If you Yeah, let me see if I can lower the hiss if you're going to do something like that. If I just do this.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching and listening to
Yeah,
Mind
anyway,
Coffee with the Dog. This is the part of this show where you're supposed to go out and get order your Mind Dog coffee and also other things from Mind Dog TV. That's what this is. This is an
Mind Dog
opportunity for you to
tea,
do it.
Mind Dog
Mind Dog,
coffee and tea
yeah, Mind Dog Coffee and Tea
and
at
tea.
Mind Dog Coffee TV at minddogtv.com. Just go there.
2.5 million views is Ari Shafir's the one he put out just about 2 years ago now.
Okay.
2.5 million. So he's made about $2,000 back.
I mean, I don't think that's true though. That definitely, like, according to what they've been saying on the podcast and stuff, it sounds like he's made quite a bit from that.
Or maybe he did some on Vimeo. I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I know what the YouTube breakdown is, and 2.5 million. Listen, 2.5 million views will not pay for your Mind Dog coffee for the year. it's it's pitifully low, the payouts on YouTube. It's generally they don't necessarily just pay by views. They engagement and all that kind of stuff. If people click on your advertising, that's a whole other thing. The ads that they place, but no, 2.5 million is going to come out to around $2,000. It's going to max out about $2,000, even a little less. So if he made money, it was from some other source, other source than YouTube. But yeah, it's hard. I mean, think about it. There's so many comedians out there. To get 2.5 million views, you got to be kicking ass. Everybody has to know your name, and like people like Joe List and Sam Talent, they're very good, but they're not household names. People don't, aren't anticipating them coming out. Anyway, year in review. Where do you want to start? You want to start with entertainment. This has been the year of Taylor
Taylor
Swift.
Swift, yeah.
It's a
That's
Taylor.
it. Okay, conversation over. We discussed it. Taylor Swift. Next, what's the
Taylor
next
Swift.
topic?
Now, what has she done in entertainment that had made her the biggest star of? I know people were talking about her dating the guy from
The
the
Chiefs, Travis
Chiefs.
Kelsey.
Right, but what has she done? Did she put out a movie? Did she put out a new album? What has she done to be on the top?
I don't know the answer to that. Because I just know that she's, I guess, a
Person of the
financial,
year,
a business genius or something.
person of the year, and I know she had given $50 million to people during.
And I don't have a problem with the chick. I'm just not into what she does. So, like, I don't pay attention.
Yeah, I appreciate her. I appreciate her business savvy, but I don't know anything else. Like same with her, Beyonce, all those. There's like Kevin Hart, another one with a great business model. I just don't follow what they do professionally.
Kelly says she came out with a movie.
But the movie was over concerts, right? It wasn't like
It was a
Love
concert
Actually or
movie.
something.
Oh yeah, I think they did do something like that.
Yeah.
Eras tour. She had an Eras tour.
Yeah. Now, are you using that system for your Star Maker stuff when you sing? Are you using that?
Oh, I was just talking to my wife yesterday about. I'm trying to figure out how to do it because I'm not. I don't have like a Microsoft account and stuff like this. Like, so I'm figuring out how to make this thing function. I gotta get all that stuff.
You got a 16-year-old kid in the neighborhood?
I'm listening to his problems. I'm thinking he needs a 9-year-old. I think he needs a 9-year-old, Matt.
Wow, we got to bring in the heavy hitters.
Yeah. I think we need to bring in the experts.
Yeah, no, you got to get a kid over there to look at your setup and get it straightened out. So it's just push button every day. It should be the same. Yesterday it was fine. Yeah, yesterday it was fine. All right, so Taylor Swift was the biggest story in entertainment for some reason. I guess she had the movie that was a concert movie. Matthew Perry dying was a big entertainment story. Who else died in 2023?
I don't know. Nobody's around. They're not around to tell us.
No,
the weirdest thing is, like, if you died, let's say you're a big name, you died earlier in the year, they're not going to remember because they're going to think, oh, he's been dead a very long time. Like when
it does seem like a lot of these stories are from a long time ago, but they're not, which is really it's so weird the way memory works and how things feel like they were a long time ago. Now,
Turner this year and Raquel Welch.
Who?
Tina Turner and Raquel Welch.
Tina Turner. So that was probably early in the year because that seemed like it had to be a long time ago for me. Tina Turner died this year. Yeah.
May 25th.
Yeah, May is not that long ago. It's 6-7 months ago.
And that was her middle name, isn't it? Wasn't her name Anna Mae?
I don't know. I don't know anything about her. No, I do know. What I know about Tina Turner is when we played the North Shore Theater the night after her, her pantyhose were hanging up in the dressing room and said, "Have fun, boys."
Yeah.
Who got to keep them? Who got to keep the pantyhose?
It was just like, what the fuck is this? Nobody wanted to touch them. It was like, what the fuck is this?
Oh, that's funny because I guess because I'm a hoarder, I would have been like, great, and I don't know what I would have done with it after that. Because
you would have put them on. Well, they were on eBay in that day. It was like 1980. It was before she had her comeback too, so she wasn't like that famous. At that point, she was a has-been from the 60s.
Yeah. Those of us who knew her from the who hung on every time. I mean, to this day, there is no other version of Proud Mary. There's no other version of Proud Mary.
Wow.
No matter who sings it, I don't care. There is no other version.
But the other, moving on, who else died? You got lists of other people.
Marie Presley was one of the first ones. She died on January 12th.
See, Lisa Marie Presley feels like, that feels like she died a long time ago, more than.
Yeah, like 12, 13, 14 years ago.
Yeah. Well, did she ever have really a career? She had one big record, right?
Yeah, her record was that she was married to Michael Jackson.
No, not that record.
I mean, really?
That was a record.
That wasn't a record.
Yeah, it was a record.
It wasn't a record.
I'm sure it was some kind of record. I'm sure Guinness has something in there about that marriage. I'm sure of it.
One of people that I've never heard of.
Go ahead, give us some names, and we'll see if we heard of them.
Hey, all right. Bobby Jean Carter.
Right.
That is. She just died. She died on December 23rd. Nobody even knows.
Norman Lear died this year.
It's okay. See, I don't even get that. She's sister of Nick and Aaron Carter. So how is she? I mean,
that's not a celebrity.
I don't even know who Nick and Aaron Carter are.
Country music stars.
Oh, okay. Forgive my urbanness.
Yeah.
Jim Ladd.
Are these more country people or these comedians?
I don't know that one at all.
He's
not country.
Los Angeles radio icon.
Andre Braugher, he just died last week or something.
Yeah. Age 61, lung cancer.
Yeah. Ryan O'Neal.
About a month ago.
Yeah. Justice Sandra Day O'Connor.
About a month ago.
Um,
James McCaffrey died on December 17th.
Rosalind Carter.
Yeah, probably.
Uh,
Yeah.
Gene Knight.
Waiting on Jimmy, because he can't be shut far
Probably won't
behind.
take long, bro. I mean,
Let's see. Let's test Willie's knowledge of Gene Knight. Do you know who Gene Knight was? No.
Coach Knight's, one of Coach Knight's accusers.
You don't know who Gene Knight was, GD? I would think you would, because you're old enough.
Bobby Knight. I know who Bobby Knight is.
Bobby Knight also died. Yes. Gene Knight was Mr. Big Stuff. Who do you think you are?
I never knew who sang that song.
Well, Henry Kissinger.
Oh, Andre Broward.
Yeah,
Yeah, just last week we brought that one up already. Where you been?
Didn't he do Men of a Certain Age with Ray Romano? That was
Probably.
I think so.
He was in a lot of stuff.
And 911 was it?
I get the chance.
City of Angels with Nicolas Cage.
Reno 911.
Chavo's saying Eddie Van Halen. Was Eddie Van Halen this year? It seemed like longer than that.
No, probably no. I think Eddie Van Halen was this year.
Let me look this up. Well, maybe he's looking it up. Oh, Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah, of course.
David McCallum, Brooks Robinson. Now you should have known that one.
Yeah, I did know that one. I just forgot about it.
Diane Feinstein, Tim Wakefield. Wow, Tim Wakefield. Wow, he was young. Dick Butkus. Now, Willie, Butkus should have been on the top of your list there.
That should have been on top of your bucket list. Yeah.
I blocked that out because that hurt. That hurts the heart. Really.
Robbie Robertson should have been on the top of my list. Bob Barker.
Oh yeah. That
Paul,
made inmates across the nation.
Pee Wee Herman. Sinead O'Connor. Wow, a lot of people died.
So also Paul Rubens died also.
Yeah, both of them died. Sinead O'Connor, Tony Bennett, and I got an ad.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Alan Arkin.
I say let him go.
Daniel Ellsberg. Wow. Treat Williams. It's the Unabomber, Ted Kaczynski, also died this year.
Did he?
Pat Robertson. Willie, another one you should have known.
Pat Robertson?
No, the Iron Sheik.
Oh.
Jim Brown died this year. Wow. Ton of people died this year.
See, now I forgot Jim Brown died because I just talked about letting him be the next Kang, the Conqueror.
Jerry Springer.
I forgot he died.
Vida Blue. Harry Belafonte.
I should have remembered that one.
Yeah, we all should have remembered that one. Al Jaffe.
Is that the one that's saying, "Mammy, don't you know your mammy? I'm
Willis. I don't know. I don't.
The guy that did blackface back in the. Is that who Al Jaffe is? Swanee, how I love you, my dear.
No, that's Al Jolson.
Okay.
I didn't know this. So, Dex Carvey was a stand-up comedian and son of former SNL alum Dana Carvey. He died of an accidental drug overdose on November 15th.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw that. Yes, I did see that.
I didn't know that. Rest in peace.
I didn't know he was. I saw that and I said, I didn't know he was a comedian. Oh, okay. And I moved on.
Dana Carvey, he just mentioned that briefly in passing about, and I was wondering how long ago I heard him on a podcast. It might have been his own podcast, but he mentioned that he had a son who died of an overdose. But it sounded like it was a long time ago. If it was just this year, man.
Yeah, and I didn't know he was a comedian because it didn't even move me up in the list.
No,
because there's a list. When he died, I didn't move anywhere. It was like
we mentioned George Funky Brown already. In the game, died November 15th as well, same day.
Wow, this is a long list. Joe Pepitone, Robert Blake.
Should we make a death a day calendar?
The dude from Beretta.
Yeah, Robert Blake from Beretta, and I killed my wife at the end, got away with it. Uh,
Right.
Bud Grant, come on.
Mm.
Uh, Gary Rosington from Leonard Skinner, which GD is happy to see him dead.
No, I'm not happy to see him dead. I'm just surprised that
Oh,
anybody
you're
going through
happy.
that
You're
plane crash.
happy. Get
Story.
happy.
No, no, I
And
don't. It's not.
represent-
There's a difference between between not giving a fuck and being happy.
Okay. Yeah, all right. But it's more than not giving a fuck. You are making a concerted effort not to listen to any of their music, or you care,
No, I don't make a concerted effort not to listen to it. I just don't listen to
you
it.
keep
It's
away
no
from
effort.
it. If it's on, you will get up off the couch and turn it off.
No, I mute it
All right.
because I might like the song that comes after it.
Tom Sizemore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man, he's one of my favorite character actors. Man.
Okay, Matt,
Matt,
as a musician, how many times have you been performing and you've heard some drunken asshole in the back of the bar yelling, "Play Free Bird"?
If I'm being honest, because there's like a urban legend about that. People stopped yelling that around 1979.
No, they were still yelling it in 81 and 82, and I was still playing in my band.
Not for me. Basically, once or twice in the last 40 or 50 years, people have yelled it, and then I did it. Much to the band's chagrin. The band hates it if I will stop playing. But if somebody's going to yell it, I'm going to say, "Fuck yeah, we'll do Freebird," because I grew up playing that fucking song.
See, and the funny thing is, I like I said, I used to play it in high school.
Yeah.
And our band was performing. This is like 81. Yeah, 81. We were performing, and some drunken asshole from the back of the. First of all, we did progressive rock. You know, we did originals, and we covered songs like maybe the Police, maybe Devo, Sensation, Alex Harvey Band, stuff like that, and the Clash. So Freebird is not one of the things that we were going to be playing.
Right.
You know, so for him to be listening to us and then yell, "Play Freebird," it was like stupid. And then the band went to like recoil, like, "We are not doing this." I said, "No, we're not." I looked at the drummer because there's a song that we were playing, and the chord progression in the very middle of for the guitar solo is the same chord progression as they use in Freebird. And so when I went into my guitar solo, I decided to rip off like maybe 10 or 12 measures of Freebird just so they could see that I could play it. Because that was what the guy was yelling. He goes, "You can't play it. That's why you don't want to play it. You aren't good enough to play it." I'm like, "Man, eat my..." So I just did it to shut him up. No, I picked the hardest part of it. So just so you know that, yeah, I can play Freebird if I want to play Freebird. I don't like Freebird. It's a shit, no. Yeah. It's not that it's a shit song.
No, in all honesty, it's not a very good song. I mean, lyrically, musically, none of it is really like, it's one of the more overrated songs ever. But it was the first anthem-ish song that had 3 lead guitar players on it, and they were all, and so that was kind of innovative in the day. I don't know exactly where the popularity came from in that song, but it definitely was. If in the mid 1970s, every band had to play that at one point.
Right. And so in my band, which was not of that genre, being asked to play it, and then for the guy to yell out that I can't play it, which I don't even know where he got that from.
And so is that when you decided to kill all the white people?
Oh no, I decided way before that.
Okay.
Way before that.
Moving on
again, but it's not all of them. See, it's not all of them. That's a misnomer. It's not all of them.
No, obviously, I'm still alive.
Yeah, I had a list.
I haven't been killed yet.
I thought, to be honest, nobody expected you to make it this long. I didn't think I'd have to kill you. I thought you'd be dead by other causes by now.
I don't think you're alone in that thinking. I think most people who want to kill me are just lazy. They just figure it's going to happen anyway.
Yeah, they gave me a list. They gave me a list of they gave me a list of people I was supposed to knock off. And I saw your name. I went, "Really? I have to waste a bullet on him?" I said, "I really think that there's going to be like 12 other ways he'll die." I said, "I'll never meet this guy." And what do you know?
I still haven't gotten to Eddie Van Halen yet, but I'm still on the list here now. Richard Belzer died this year.
Yes.
February 19th. Tim McCarver.
I remember.
What, Belzer? You and Belzer had something in common, didn't you?
testolitis.
Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I didn't have testicle. What did you just say? Testolitis?
I said testolitis. I just made that up.
Yeah, that's like inflammation of the testicle or something.
Yeah, it is swelled up and exploded.
Tim
Yeah.
McCarver, Raquel Welch. It's a
Yeah.
Conrad Dobler.
Willie mentioned Raquel Welch back when his mic wasn't working.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Well,
He did.
Would you read his lips?
It sounded like this. It go.
Yeah.
And he said it like 2 or 3 times. I think like one for each breast, and then maybe one for, I don't know why the third one was for, but he did say it multiple times.
Burt Bacharach.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Bobby Hull.
Who's that?
Hockey.
Billy Packer. Sal Bando. David Crosby. Now, wow, that feels like a long time ago, right? David Crosby, it was in January of last year, so he was one of the first. But that feels like Jeff Beck.
Yeah. I flew my guitar at half mast when he died.
Adam Rich. Why do I know him? Who's Adam Rich? Adam Rich. His picture is here.
I meant to say I tuned my guitar at half mast when Jeff Beck died.
He looked young. Adam Rich looks young. I don't. I know the name. I don't know. The face looks familiar, but no, I don't see Eddie Van Halen on here at all. Let me.
He said Mike Cibola says that he died in 2020. He said that.
Wow. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, but with all that list, and I left a lot of people out who I never heard of, so I didn't even bother mention them.
Maybe Van Halen died twice. Is that why he was on the 2023 list also?
No, he wasn't on the 2023 list.
Mike said it. Why you kept saying his name?
Mike said it in the chat room, and I was like,
Oh.
he's not, and I was looking for him on the list. But with all these people who died this year, all these celebrities who died. Oh, Suzanne Summers, forgot about her.
Yeah, how could I forget that one? I got harassed about my critical joke theory joke about her.
Why? What was the joke?
I can't do it word for word, but basically, I just I said in honor of all the kids that they had her poster on the wall, and I did this gesture with a sock. and so there was people said that was very disrespectful. I'm like, it's critical joke theory, okay? And any teenage boy who had that poster on the wall, that's what he was doing with it.
So. Jerked off to it,
yeah. And so I got grief over that.
We can't handle honesty around these parts.
Or socks. I guess if I'd done it without the sock, maybe that would have made a difference.
I've never done it with the sock. I think that's weird.
Neither have I. That's just it. I think that's what the problem is. I've never done that. I've never actually done that, and they could tell that I was not being genuine. You know, maybe that was what the critique was. I was not genuine. That I've never done that with Suzanne Summers. So maybe that's
Piper Laurie. I think she was in The Birds, if I'm not mistaken. She was the woman in The Birds. Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds.
Wow.
And Rufus Isley. One of the Isley brothers. Now, again, with this list, it's like an incredibly long list. It's like there's only 365 days in a year. We have at least one celebrity for every day.
That's what I was saying. Do we get a death a day calendar?
We should have a day. You know, there is a celebrity death calendar.
But you can't put it out in advance. You can't put like the 2024 calendar out with who you expect to be on it. Because, like, first of all, everybody would pick Keith Richards and everybody would be wrong.
Although, like, that would be a good betting thing. Like, who's gonna die this year?
Like a Deadpool.
There is that. There's Doug Stanhope Celebrity Death Pool, which is a running thing. Yeah.
Oh, I have to check that out.
Yeah.
The only one I expect to be on the list for next year. Let's put it this way: if Jimmy Carter made it through 2024, I would be surprised.
Right.
Made it to 2024. You're
talking. No, if he made it through 2024.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say he's got 3 days.
Wipe this passing. I think that's definitely like.
Yeah, I think he's pulling what my mom did. I think he's just holding on to the New Year Day. I think he's holding on to January 1st, and he's going to like do it then. He's going to just
doing it back. You want to? I'm sorry. I wasn't looking for looking for some more celebrity news from 2023, and
Alex Jones should be on that list. I think Alex Jones should be January 2nd.
Why not? Yeah, why not?
January 2nd. I think Jimmy Carter deserves the honor of being first for the year by himself. Nobody else. Nobody else on the whole planet is allowed to die on January 1st. And then anybody who wants to die on January 2nd can die.
I have
Alex Jones has
an important breakdown. It's an important breakdown, okay? To understand the forces infesting our republic, George Washington warned the new American republic not to become what he had fled. America was never designed to be an empire, and now we're looking at an empire. And so America is about to do business, make everybody wealthy, get out of the way. We're like Native Americans when we're hit by smallpox, so they died. So we've never been hit by Nazis or ever been hit by communists for real. And so what the fuck is he talking about?
Were you like reading his Twitter or something?
Yeah, that's Alex Jones. Alex Jones, he's one of the only people I'm really following. Oh my God. So at the end of World War II, they politically migrated here to recreate, and it's so it's the twin axis of the Trotskyites, and the whole Nazi Bilderberg remnant. Man, he's just going off on like every conspiracy.
That's why I hate it when theory conspiracists, like someone gives them like a cheap fact to follow or a calendar, like a Nazi saying a day calendar, and they just have to like rip it off and just go through the whole year right away.
Right. All right, moving on. The other big entertainment news for 2023, and it was kind of a dual thing, was the strikes. There were 2 strikes this year. First the writer strike and then the actor strike.
Well, there was also the UAW.
Right.
United Auto. Yeah, but that's not entertainment. That's politics more.
No, I thought it was entertaining. Really?
What happened? Can you give me any incident from that strike that you thought was entertaining?
Oh yeah, the conservative outrage.
No, that's not an incident.
I thought, like, for example,
that's an element, not an incident.
Okay, see, Trump, to support the unions, goes to an anti-union shop to badmouth the unions to support the workers.
Oh, that was pretty entertaining.
That's
good
classic.
point there. Ding. All right, you got a ding. No, that was pretty entertaining to see the confusion there. Again, that would be something that, Biden did it. It would be like, oh, look, see, he's just totally shot. He's got dementia. Trump does it, and it's just like,
Yeah. Well, anything that Trump does, no matter how fucked up it is baked into him being Trump.
Right.
It doesn't matter what he does. It's just like when my grandmother was so senile. No matter how bad the food turned out, everybody goes, "It's a nice pie, Grandma." It's not a pie. It's mashed potatoes. Nice mashed potatoes, Grandma, and we moved along.
All right. Now, in film, now I don't know anything about any of these movies. Obviously, I did not see them, or television. Some of the things, new shows on television, they bring up the titles to me, and I was like, I never even heard of that. In the movies, at least, I've heard of them, but I'm really concerned about this. This is nothing new, obviously. That movies are just video games and toys that come to life now. So the biggest movies of 2023 were Barbie and Super Mario Brothers.
And Oppenheimer.
And what? Right? Oppenheimer. Now that's
a video game. That's a video game that came to life. Also, that's
that's an actual story. So that's an outlier because we're not seeing a lot of them. And that's good for Oppenheimer to actually come through. American Fiction. Never even heard of. Talk to Me. Reality. The Pigeon Tunnel. You guys know any of these movies?
The Pigeon Tunnel. That sounds like a very specific genre on Pornhub.
Yeah. Pigeon Tunnel. All Dirt Roads. By the way, please don't talk about porn anymore. After yesterday, you made me sick all day. All Dirt Roads, Taste of Salt. That also sounds pornish.
Cross the line in this arena and not me. How did that happen?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. The next one, All Dirt Roads Taste of Salt. That also could be a porn movie. Skinamarink.
See?
Skinamarink.
Yeah.
No.
You know that one? No?
No.
See, you guys are as clueless as I am. Close. Our Father the Devil. I'm just going down the top movies. Number 46, The Adults. These are top grossing movies of 2023.
No,
Number 45.
are these like cinema movies or straight to Netflix DVD
They're
things?
top grossing movies. So they could be
Okay.
on wherever they went out, they made the most money.
Worldwide or U.S.?
When You Finish Saving the World is number 45. You know that one?
No, I haven't even started.
Let me
Saving
know
the
when I
World.
get to one that you guys have familiar with, because I'm shocked. I know that I would not know a lot of these, but I'm shocked that you guys don't. Master Gardener, number 44. No.
No, that sounds familiar. But that reminds me of what was it? Who does it have a description? I'm just wondering if that's like the Arab. If that was like the Arab or Middle
When
Eastern.
planting seeds, knowing what they'll become doesn't spoil the wonder of seeing them actually grow into a thing. The same goes for films. Paul Schrader, Master Gardener, is the final installment of the Man in a Room trilogy and follows a similar playbook to the previous First Reformed and The Card Counter.
Okay, then definitely not what I was thinking, and definitely never heard of it. Then.
43, The League, about the Negro Leagues in baseball. I didn't know that movie was out, but that's number 43 in the top grossing movies of 2023. Megan is number 22. Never heard of that one.
Is that about Meghan Markle or Megan Fox? Or making cash off of people who don't know any.
It looks like a horror movie with a doll, like a Chucky doll.
Oh,
It was a horror movie.
Okay.
And it does look like a doll, like if Megan is the doll, I guess. Sanctuary was number 41. Man, I don't know. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse 40.
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I heard of that one and saw it.
Finally, we got the one you guys know.
Yeah.
I knew there was a Spider-Man movie out. Rotting
Did
in
you
the
ever see
Sun.
Spider Babe? You ever see Spider Babe?
No.
It was a soft porn version of Spider-Man. She could shoot a web.
Oh,
I guess
please don't go into ketchup.
No, she shoots a web, but it's from between her legs.
Rotting in the Sun.
That's what that movie Spider Babe was.
39.
Rotting in the Sun.
Yeah.
No.
Cash Cow is number 38.
Mm.
RMN, number 37. Anselm, how do you say that? Anyway, that's number 36. Anselm Kiefer, German artist Anselm Kiefer. It's about his life. Past Lives is number 35. You guys don't go to the movies either. Bo is Afraid.
Is this about Bo Derek or Bo Diddley or
it's a guy? Well, it looks like it's a guy. Ari Aster's latest film may be very most polarizing movie of the year. You'll either get down to Aster's sense of humor and submit to the insane, punishing epic of mommy issues and paralyzing anxiety, or you'll be alienated and put off by it.
Okay, so it's not Bo the football, baseball, soccer, hockey curl player.
Carly Simon film number 33, Alcaraz. Carly Simon sophomore feature. So she'd done another movie before that. Wow, I didn't even know she was making movies. There you go. Infinity Pool sounds familiar, but I don't know it. That's number 32. Sick of Myself. The picture in the trailer.
That's an autobiography of many, many people.
The picture in the trailer is just hilarious. Dream Scenario, I guess that's Nicolas Cage, right? Is that Nicolas Cage? Yeah, Nicolas Cage is in it. Wow, he looks old. He looks old. Mom, can I get some coffee here? Whatever he says. Priscilla. Now, that was one I heard of. Priscilla. That's number 29. Maestro, that's out now.
Right.
That's Bradley Cooper, right? Earth Mama.
didn't see the movie. I saw the description on my television. I didn't see it.
You hurt my feelings.
I apologize. I
That's
didn't mean
fine.
to.
Blackberry. We're
Is
getting
that
down.
is that about the phone or is that a
It's got
sex
to be
thing?
about the phone, right? What else could it be about? For as
Sex
long as I
thing.
can remember, we've been inundated with stories of guys inventing things. Yeah, it's about the phone.
Okay.
It's about the guy who invented the BlackBerry.
Okay.
Return to Seoul. Seoul,
Fuck.
North
Is
Korea.
that like the sequel to Motown?
No, not that kind of Seoul.
Oh, the
Passage.
fish. It's the fish.
It's the Korean Seoul. What is that? North Korea, South
Oh,
Korea? It's North Korea.
We don't
Passages.
really mess with North Korea. Like, we don't interact with them in positive ways.
That's what we say back to you. A fire, not a fire, a fire.
not as fuck ire.
A fire.
Yeah, because kids today would just say AF ire.
22.
Like,
A fire. The Sweet East is 21. Man, none of these movies. The Civil Dead is number 20.
is there any other way to be dead?
Tori and Lokita. Barbie is number 18.
Okay.
Barbie made a big fuss. People were all, I don't know, woke, angry about Barbie. I don't know. There was something in the movie that was controversial. Maybe it was Ken was gay.
Yeah, the fact that it was made. My wife and I watched it in the past couple of days. It was like I don't see. I thought it was cute. I don't see why it deserved or why it earned all those awards. I don't see it.
Man, you must really love your wife, or you're just like the weirdest fucking dude who ever lived. To sit through, I can't imagine. If my wife said, "Want to watch Barbie tonight?" I was like,
"You have no idea how many Marvel
suicide
movies."
Instead,
you know how many Marvel movies my wife has sat through with me in the theater, not just at home, but in the theater. She has gone with me.
What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Right?
Yeah,
nope.
it's called,
That's fine.
The gander would rather put a gun in his mouth than watch Barbie.
The gander's goose is cooked.
Yeah. The
That's
next
how
one.
I'm going to watch Brokeback Mountain back in the day.
But you like that, right?
No, and you know what? She was really upset because I hated the movie. Matter of fact, there was one point in the movie where I got super upset
because I can't quit you line.
Yeah, like because they were like next to the lake or whatever, and I was just like, now this is just, I don't care if you're gay or whatever. This is no way for a man to act. Like I can't even imagine saying one dude saying this.
You are so unromantic. This from the guy who bought his wife a lady.
No,
you bought your wife a ladyship, and you are so unromantic that you're not moved by that moonlight in the lake, hitting that lake just so the mountain in the background.
I never saw the movie. I have to say that's another one.
Back in those days, I think that I was still pretty homophobic. You know what I mean? Like I hadn't, and I don't know if I had to just get more comfortable with myself or whatever, but like it was atrocious to me that a guy would talk to another guy in that manner.
Well, you think he should have had a lisp? I can't quit you.
Huh?
Did you think he should have had a lisp or something?
No.
He said I'm talking in that.
No, I mean that like at that time I could not accept.
What time was like 9 p.m.
And really even like guys weren't emotional like that in my thinking at that time. I'm trying to think of when this first.
I think it was like 20 years. I think it was like 20 years ago. I think it was like 2003 or something
like that. Because it was when it first came out on video.
You poor thing.
I'm gonna say it was like probably like 2006 or whatever. And we, like at that time, I didn't really, I was not as evolved in my thinking as I am today. Like for sure, I'm not, or I wasn't. At that time.
First of all, there's two things you just said that surprised me. First of all, you were less evolved back
I
then?
was.
No,
I was. I was. No. This is a fair point, and I want to fucking make it, man. Listen, for as fuck as I tend to be sometimes, okay? I want to emphatically let people know I used to be so much worse. like, like so bad it's unthinkable how fucked my thinking used to be. And I thank God that I'm where I'm at today because
I can't believe that you are
improvement.
Willie. I can't believe that you are. I've never seen somebody so close to being right but be so wrong.
Exactly.
That's I could swear I heard that before somewhere.
Yeah.
I
love
you know, I want to finish these fucking movies to be done with it, but Brokeback Mountain, I never watched the movie. I remember making a lot of jokes about it. If you're talking about people who were, I'm still a homophobe. I say that I'm a homophobe. That doesn't mean I don't give gay people all the rights and respect that they deserve. I'm just, I don't like. I feel uncomfortable if I saw two guys saying I can't quit you. I would still feel uncomfortable about. Like, you know what? You want to do whatever you want to do. That's fine. But that kind of language and just I always used to say how fucking silly it must be to be gay. When you're in a missionary position and you look down and you see your buddy Lou. It's like, hey, what's up? Hey, good to see you down there.
That's very specific.
I mean, because I know what guys are like. I mean, hey, man, what's happening? Like, it's just look at you. Just I don't know. But I'm still a homophobe. I don't want to be alone with gay friends ever because I'm afraid they're going to make a pass. This is a fear.
Well, at least you have gay friends. I mean, at least you have gay friends.
Yeah. And I have lots of them. I worked in an industry that was dominated by gay men. The hair and beauty industry is just like dominated by gay men. So
I thought you were going to say theater, but I forgot it was hair. For you, it was hair, and for me, it was theater. I was involved in theater,
theater, music,
and stripping. Yeah,
all of it. I mean, I've been around them. I have lots of gay friends, but if it was one-on-one. And it was like a nighttime thing, and just left in a room with a gay friend, I'd be like, it's got to be someplace else I could be right now. I find an excuse to leave.
So, I want to ask you a question because when I was in prison, one of the things that was like kind of a thing that happened way more often than it should, and I'm sure it led to things happening quite often.
We're getting a confession here.
Yeah, because he used the word things 3 times.
In the day hall at a card table playing cards or whatever, and the dude next to you would just put his hand on yours, like start holding your hand, and like wait for you to like wig out about a dude holding your hand. About how long would that take you before you like shake your hand away? Like, get off. Stop.
When they touched,
gay staring.
As soon as it touched, I would.
Yeah, right. Now, what bothered people with me is that they would try and have this gay staring contest, because that's the way I always equated it. Is it was like a gay staring contest. Like how gay can I be with you before you freak out and look away or get away from me or whatever? And so this guy, he puts his hand on top of mine at the card table, and I was like, oh, okay. And so I put my hand on top of his and just stared lovingly into his eyes. And he just like, what the fuck? Like I just totally doubled down on it.
You called his bluff, yeah.
But when I was
now, wait a minute before you be if when you called his bluff, he just got down on his knees and started unzipping your fly.
Now, see, I probably would have been like, "Whoa, get out of here!" Okay, whoa, yeah. So, and that's. To me,
and I would have said to you, wait, let's see how far he takes this.
But I'm pretty sure that is definitely how somebody gets butt fucked eventually. You know what I mean?
Oh my god. No. All right, GD. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
I was actually playing a basketball league, and we were getting our asses kicked by this other team, and I was riding the bench. I wasn't a starter, and nobody on our team could stop this one guy. He was just really, really that good. And so I offered. I said, "Let me cover him. I can stop him." And they said, "You want to stop?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I'm a defensive expert." I said, "I can stop him. He will not score another point for the rest of the game." And he goes, "All right." And he had this one move that he would like turn his back to you to protect the ball, with his butt. And so when I went out there to guard him, as soon as he turned around, I went, Yeah, I said, "Oh my God." I said, "Oh, that is, And I just talked like that the whole time. And the guy was like freaked out. And every time I touch him, because you can touch a defender. As a defender, you can put your hand on him. He'd be like, "Get off me, man. Get off me." And I was going like, wow. I really thought that we could I asked to guard you. I wanted to get to know you better. And I'm talking to him like this. And he's like, he freaked out. He didn't score another point. He kept turning the ball over.
Yeah, that's a distraction all day, dude.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my God.
I went out and I just played the whole part, and man, it took me like 2 weeks to live it down with the team because the team was like, he was really good. He was really good at
You were
that.
too good at that, GD.
Yeah, we won the game.
Before I continue on with the movie stuff, I want to share this picture that's on my Twitter feed because I'm thinking it has to be fake. If it's not fake, it is the freakiest looking thing I've ever seen. Let me see. Can you guys see this? That is Don Jr. and Kim Guilfoyle, whatever her name is, Guilfoyle.
That's got to be somebody like rigged that picture. That
the
can't
tits
be right.
hanging down to the navel.
That can't be right.
I'm thinking.
It's way out of. I mean, it's out of proportion. Just the body length.
And it looks like the face is like glued on, like photoshopped in. Like
that's a doctored photo.
Yeah, that's got to be doctored.
But they're both in the Christmas photos from Mar-a-Lago, dressed exactly like that.
Love how she's got 1 foot of cleavage though.
Yeah, I'm thinking somebody must have altered that.
I'm thinking that's what I'm thinking too. But
those are the girls I like. I like girls like that to be on top so that they can just slap me in the face from the side with their titties.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I couldn't be in the room with a girl that looked like that. First of all, she looks like a raccoon.
Yeah.
I'm not into bestiality.
Yeah. Let's go through these 15 movies really quick. 1001, number 15. No?
Dalmatians, is that the sequel?
No. Godland, number 14.
What is it?
No.
Oppenheimer, we already discussed. That's number 13. Anatomy of a Fall is number 12. Saint Omer is number 11. I never heard of any.
Are these like foreign films that we Are these foreign films that you translate the titles into English?
No, these are the top grossing films of 2023.
Yeah, but they could have a top grossing film in Bollywood.
Nah.
We wouldn't know how to
Bollywood, yeah, but none of these are Bollywood films. These are The Killer, which is a Netflix movie, is number 10.
How does that gross? That's Netflix. Do you pay for anything on Netflix? You pay in advance, right?
You pay subscriptions.
Yes. Yeah, so how's that?
And they measure like new release, like if it releases that day, and they get like a influx of new subscriptions on the day of the release. I guess they count that as I don't know.
Okay.
British Iranian filmmaker Baba Bakar's Fremont. This is a foreign film, British, but Fremont. That's number 9. The Holdovers is number 8. Never heard of that one. That is it looks like a Paul Giamatti, who was kind of, I think he's supposed to get Best Actor nomination for this. The Holdovers. That's number 8. Don't know the movie. How to Blow Up a Pipeline is number 7.
Is that an instruction video?
It's probably jihad. Yeah, no. Zone of Interest is number 6. Don't know that one. Showing Up is number 5.
Like I didn't do for any of those movies that you've mentioned so far.
Yeah. Poor Things is number 4.
Is that Tom Segura's special?
It looks like Poor People, Poor Things, Poor Stuff. Killers of the Flower Moon is number 3.
I've
That's
heard of that at least. I haven't watched
that's
it.
Martin Scorsese and Leonardo DiCaprio. So you would
But
think,
I at least heard the buzz on that. I haven't heard the buzz on any of it.
right? Asteroid City is number 2.
I've heard of that. Haven't had the
Tom
inclination to
Hanks.
watch it.
Tom Hanks, and who's the other guy who looks familiar in this?
But there's like 100 stars in that one. Asteroid City. There is like 100 stars. That's like a who's who in Hollywood that's in that flick in that movie.
And the number 1 film is May December with you know who, Natalie Portman and what's the girl's name? It should be in here somewhere. What's her name?
Whoopi Goldberg.
Juliana Moore.
That's the other one. Yes, that was gonna be my next choice.
Yeah. So
Now-
those are the top movies. I don't like 3 or 4 of them. That's it.
Okay, now I was watching this thing on television. It was about Ferrari, and one of the things it said about the movie Ferrari is that it's the best car movie ever made. And I'm thinking, really, because it was Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, Herbie the Love Bug,
Christine.
yes, Christine.
It's one of my
Okay.
wife's.
And Cars, which had like 7 sequels, And how did Ferrari get to be like the best car movie ever made? I mean, I didn't even think of Christine, and that's a car movie.
Right.
I don't know. I don't think Ferrari is the best car movie ever made, even though I haven't seen it yet.
I would agree. I haven't seen Ferrari, so I couldn't comment on how good it is. But there's been lots of car movies if we rattle our brains about them.
Patrick
But
Wilson,
that's film. I wouldn't even know where to begin with television. I can tell you right now, with the best TV shows of 2023, I've never heard of any of them. I'll just go through the top 10 if I can. Number 10 is Poker Face on Peacock Network. Number
sounds like a Pornhub.
No, it's NBC. Peacock is NBC.
Yeah, Peacock is but it's a streaming service.
Yeah. The other 2 is number 9, which is on Max. I guess HBO Max. Dead Ringers is on Amazon Prime. Is
that a remake of? Because wasn't there a movie called Dead Ringers? Yeah. And this is like, I guess, what a series.
Yeah, it's a repurposing of Daniel Cronenberg's 1988 cult classic horror movie.
Okay.
Telemarketers. I actually saw this one, number 7 on HBO.
I couldn't watch it. I couldn't get past my own personal hatred to watch it. I'll try to watch it.
It was very good.
Marketer, right?
I think the main guy is dead. I think the main. I never got to that point. I didn't get all the way through it. It wasn't. See, I don't think you can call that a movie unless it's like the longest movie ever.
Well, it's like a mini series because these are TV series, right?
Episodic,
TV shows.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is TV shows. That's right. Duh. The Curse on Showtime. Was number 6. Don't know that one. Beef on Netflix. See here, what we're noticing here is network television isn't even represented in the top 10 of the. Rain Dogs is number 4 on HBO. I'm a Virgo on Amazon. I just saw an ad for that last night, and I was like, that's weird. It doesn't look. Secession on HBO and Reservation Dogs on FX are tied for number 1.
Now, Succession, my wife and I watched every episode of that one.
And FX is cable. It's not like a streaming network. So some of these are just streaming networks.
Right.
Secession is HBO and Reservation Dogs is FX. Those are both cable offerings, but network television is not represented in the top 10. How long has that been going on? Probably longer than I thought.
Yeah, since you don't give a crap about television, it's probably been going on for
Yeah.
But like you said, like the sitcom era and stuff like that, it's over. It's done. I mean, nobody,
Well, yeah, and you know what? I think
there's never going to be another Seinfeld. There's never going to be another Friends.
You think?
I don't think it should have been the first Seinfeld, but that's just my opinion. It was just okay. Honestly, I wasn't big on Seinfeld. I wasn't. I thought it was. My wife still loves to watch it, and I watch it with her.
That's fine for you to have that opinion, but also just keep in mind that a lot of people, there are lots of people who tell you the Beatles sucked. So I mean, but
Right. Right.
personal opinions aside,
Yeah.
the success of something.
Oh yeah.
I think that's what you're talking about when he says there'll never be another Seinfeld in terms of successful sitcoms.
Right. Be that kind of thing. Like it's never gonna happen.
It's hard for me to imagine streaming networks getting into the sitcom game because a half hour and then you have to wait until the next week because the viewing habits are now so much binge stuff.
Right. Yeah, everybody binges. Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
I can watch it all in one night.
Even drama's the same way. One of the things that made Breaking Bad such an amazing show, in my opinion, because when Breaking Bad came out, like that was probably one of the last series that we had that was really, really popular that people waited for the episodes of. Maybe that and The Walking Dead, but like The Walking Dead also kind of maybe.
Right.
But
I didn't care about Walking Dead.
Their ability to do the cliffhanger, to end the episode in such a way that you could not wait till next week for the next episode, but B, like everybody was talking about it the next day.
Right.
Like,
the funny
more.
Those two things.
I'll throw one more in that mix. Sons of Anarchy.
Sure.
Now, I didn't care about Walking Dead or Sons of Anarchy, but Breaking Bad I watched probably all in 3 days.
Because you want to make sure you just in case they needed a stand-in, you want to be available. You want to be up on the script.
No, I watched after it was after it had run its course. I watched it all in about 3 days or 4 days. Watched the entire whatever it was, 6 years or however many years they did of it. Just one after another, 24 hours a day for about 3 or 4 days, and was done with it. But I thought that was a great show. But again, totally binge watched it. And,
right now, and when I watched it the first time, I was still in prison, and so like I was required to wait. Like I could not, I could not watch it just all at once. But I had to wait for those episodes each week, and it was so crazy. Like I remember just, and then like even the excitement you would get like right before the episode started, like, oh man, and their season cliffhanger were awesome.
The kid was the best part of that movie for me. I can't remember his name. That the character.
Yeah.
You're talking about the daughter's kid or whatever?
No, the younger one of the Breaking Bad duo guy. The guy who was how about bitches? Called everybody bitches. That kid, the kid from high school. Not.
Oh, you mean the one he went into business with?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant his son with the.
No. What was
that? Was Walter Jr.
Walter White was the guy, and then his partner, the
Steve Pinkman.
Oh yeah. Anyway, so that that was a great series. I don't think there's going to be even another one of those. But who am I to say? I don't watch television, so. But everything has changed now. I mean, it's all our network. This is the question: is network television going to be a thing? Because all these streaming networks, all the top stuff is streaming networks or cable premium services, right? Nobody's like.
I mean, they've all pretty much got their own streaming stuff now going on too.
Right. All right, let's move over into politics. It was a big year in politics. I know most
people. Do commercial at all? We're already almost an hour and a half.
We could do a commercial. I don't. I'm not really beholden to do one today. What time? An hour and 23 minutes in. Is that where we are?
Yeah, and Willie has a thing he wants to do. I think it's like this week in birthday history or something.
This week in history?
Yeah, this week in history or something.
I thought we were doing this year in history, but
thank you for hearing me say that. Really.
Do you want to do a this week in history? Do it now?
Yeah, we could do it. Yeah.
All right, but I'm playing.
Put that in. That's not a record. I was just saying I'm going to go get some coffee. You can watch Twitter.
Well, he'll usually
get me a coffee while you're at it.
Today in History.
Oh,
Okay. On this day in 1932, Radio City Music Hall opens at Rockefeller Center in Manhattan. It was designed by Edward Durrell Stone and Donald Deskey.
all right.
I wanted to get a picture of this, but I forgot to do that. I'm sorry. On this day in 1947, the first Howdy Doody show is telecast on NBC. That's something I'm sure both of you are familiar
It's howdy doody time. It's howdy doody time.
Keep going.
Yeah, I was gonna turn to something really bad. To
What's the next line after it's howdy doody time?
wipe your duty time? It's a potty training song.
Oh,
Is it really?
Yeah.
All right. On this day in 1981, Edmonton Oiler Wayne Gretzky becomes the fastest NHL player to score 100 points in a season. Gretzky retired in 1999 and is still the all-time leader in scoring and assists for the NHL.
you know, he missed all the shots he didn't take.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Right.
99.9%.
Yeah, he rounded up for that.
No, you know what? That is true because there's somebody out there that did not take a shot, and then somebody came and said, "Hey, do you want to do this thing?" You know,
And there's probably a guy that the puck just bounced off of him. There's a guy out there who scored a goal because the puck touched him, bounced off his blade, and because he's the last one to touch it, he gets his And so he didn't take that shot, but he didn't miss it.
Now Gretzky married like some hot movie star, right? Gretzky.
Yeah, Jones something Jones. Janet Jones.
Janet's something else, right? What?
Janet Jackson.
Let me get to the Wikipedia. I'll get who he married. Marriages. Go ahead. Keep going with the.
On this day in 1845, ether is first used in childbirth in Jefferson, Georgia. And on this day in on this day in 2012, NASA unveils plans to capture a 500-ton asteroid in 2025. The asteroid redirect mission was axed by the White House Space Policy Directive Number 1, issued on December 11th of 2017. So,
is that the asteroid they captured, tagged it, and then released it into the wild? And they've been tracking it ever since?
That's actually kind of the idea.
So they could see its mating habits, find out where they go, where they
What the plan is they were going to try and basically blow off a piece of this asteroid as it passes by the moon so that it would like stay in the moon orbit and they could study it and then let the rest of it like go on by. That was the plan. But the US government said, yeah, you're not
what could go wrong?
Your little space project, that's over.
Janet Jones is who Gretzky married.
It was Jones.
Janet Jones. Yeah.
Jones.
All right.
Don't know who she is either.
Yeah, and 2 years ago, Christmas Day, was the launch of the James Webb Telescope, which is. I wanted to talk about that eventually at some point the other day. I wanted to talk about that because this thing is finding lots of new stuff that we never knew existed out there. But it's just curious to me how all the scientists who are doing this are teasing these discoveries in religious terms. Is this the face of God? Is that kind of stuff? Have we seen the face of God at the beginning of the universe? It's like they're trying to subtly sell to evangelicals or religious people the whole science stuff in a very, I don't know, suggestive way. Because it's never really about that. It's just that's how they're writing their articles. Like Webb Telescope sees the face of God, and then you read it, and it's like it has nothing to do with that.
No, one of the things that one of the first things I thought of was like we have things that we've named like the Horsehead Nebula, the Crabhead Nebula, and stuff like that. But that was taken with the technology and the wavelengths that we had at the time. And when you look at them with different wavelengths, they don't look anything like a horsehead or a crabhead, but we kept the names attached to them.
Yeah, the new one was the Christmas tree nebula that they found just like last week, and basically they found a spinning like what's around Saturn, a ring, but there's no planet in the middle of it, and it's the first time they've ever seen like those kind of rings that are around Saturn and Jupiter. They've never seen those kind of rings without a planet being in the middle of it but it's way the fuck out there, at least an arm's length out there.
I never mind now. I wrote a paper. We had to come up with this was back when I was studying to be a minister, and we had to have like meditative, we had to do like meditations and then write what our meditations were. And one of the meditations I had was about that kind of thing, where you'd have a ring, but it was just I called it a potential planet, that it was just enough mass that it could affect, it will have a gravity, but not enough mass that it could accumulate dust and stuff to become like a planet. It was just one of those things I tripped on when I was doing my meditations.
Okay, the bean says she takes 100% of the shots she gets at the bar.
Yeah,
that's funny. All right. So what? Do we got any more in this day in history? No. Nothing else happened this day in history.
I don't think so.
Usually do like 4 or 5 things.
Yeah, but nothing else happened on this day in history. You know what happened on this day in history? James Aloysius Locken, otherwise known as Pop, my grandfather, passed away on this day in 1977.
Wow.
Yes.
1977. That was the year I graduated from high school.
Terrible ice storm that day. Terrible ice storm. Northeast was hit with an ice storm. All the wires, all the trees were covered with sheets of ice. I remember it well.
Did they attribute that to your grandpa?
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, okay.
Today in
history. Okay. The year of 2023 was a very strange year in politics. Yes, it was. Do you remember any of the strange stories from politics in the year of 2020? GD, you got to remember some of the strange stories in politics from 2023, don't you?
No, I can't think of anything that happened in 2023. Really? I'm trying to think. No, nothing.
Well, we started off with out of Speaker of the House. The Republicans won the House in the election of 2022, November of 22. McCarthy was supposed to take over as Speaker of the House in January 23, but his own party wouldn't let him. It took 15 votes for him to finally get passed. And that was going back and forth for over like almost 2 weeks to actually get him, what do they call it, verified, whatever, and get sworn in. But that was it seemed like it was never going to happen. And it was votes were going up and down, and it was like fighting for it. Eventually, he got removed as Speaker of the House. That in itself is like a really different kind of year right from the beginning. And that's January. Also in January, Special Counsel Robert Hur was appointed to investigate Joe Biden's handling of classified documents. In February, the U.S. military shot down a Chinese surveillance balloon. Do you remember the surveillance balloons that were coming around? And
that's why I got the car. I got the car. I have now.
Then back out, and then they shot.
Right.
Yeah. The reason why I bought the car I have now is because it has so much technology. If there's another Chinese balloon, I can shoot it down with my car.
Right. Well, that's good. What kind of car is it?
It's a Santa Fe Limited.
And it
got
comes
all
with
kinds.
a gun on it that you
It's
can.
So much technology. I can take out a Chinese balloon, weather balloon.
Now the question is, do you think the Chinese stopped sending weather balloons and spy balloons over after that?
No, they didn't. They just painted them differently. They put advertisement on them. That way, it'll be like, we can't shoot that
Like the
down. That
blimp.
says Nike. That's an American company.
Yeah, like the blimp going over like the Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
yeah. Just like that. They just put an advertisement on it, and we don't do it. We don't pay attention to it.
Beginning of March, Donald Trump was indicted on charges related to a 2016 illegal hush money payment, making him the first former president in the United States history to be charged with a criminal charges against him. So that's a first in 2023, a big one. But it wasn't the last time.
No, he kept making history. That man kept making history.
A Silicon Valley bank became the largest bank since 2008 to collapse. What was that? Pacific? What was it?
Something Pacific.
Yeah.
Union Pacific.
Yeah.
No.
Silicon Valley Bank. What was the name of it though? Yeah, it's got my mind. But wasn't that tied to the Sam Bankman-Fried stuff?
Well, only in the sense that they invested a lot of money into Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't have the name of the bank here. Silicon Valley Bank. That's the name of it. It's not a Silicon Valley Bank. That's the name. SVB. Okay. In April, liberals gained control of the Wisconsin Supreme Court after campaigning aggressively on abortion rights and democracy. In special elections, they took over the Wisconsin Supreme Court, which then kind of led to the whole war on states' rights about abortion stuff, because they are, since Roe v. Wade got overturned, that's been a big issue. Tucker Carlson was abruptly fired from Fox News, also in April. In May, McCarthy struck a deal with Biden, even though he said he wouldn't, about the debt ceiling. And then also in May, Ron DeSantis launched his campaign. It wasn't long before he had to already fire his complete staff, and he's rebuilt his campaign 6 times in 2023 since starting in May.
Because it was the campaign's fault and never the candidate.
Right.
It was never the candidate.
Always.
It's not the candidate.
In June, special counsel Jack Smith charges Trump in Florida with felonies related to his handling of classified documents. Also in June, the Supreme Court struck down affirmative action in colleges. That was a pretty big story at the time.
Yeah.
Then in July, I talked about. Oh no, I didn't talk about this before. In July, Mitch had the big freeze up. The McCloud glitch. Yeah.
The software download.
Yeah. And DeSantis campaign purged his campaign staffers for that was the first turnover in July. He just launched in June. August, Trump is indicted for the 3rd and 4th times and attempts to overturn the 2020 election, both in Georgia and at the federal level. And then the first debate happened in August. The first Republican debate happened in August. So, and then September, Bob Menendez, the Democrat from New Jersey, got tried. Now, he should have been thrown out of the Senate years ago. He was caught taking bribes. It seemed like a decade ago. I can't believe he survived that.
Well, it's a hung jury. So I guess I don't know what the rules are in the Senate. If they you need a conviction as opposed to just an indictment, but.
Now, he refused to resign. He's still indicted and he hasn't been charged yet. Refused to resign. You're not hearing anything about him from either side right now. You would think the Republicans would be all over that. Well,
the Republicans don't want to because they've got for them, what's his face gives them cover. Menendez gives them cover. It's like see, the Democrats aren't getting rid of their crooked people. Why should we get rid of ours?
Well, they don't have any. They did get rid of theirs, who was indicted.
One,
Right,
Santos.
but they don't have any other people indicted at the moment. Menendez is indicted on bribery charges.
Yeah, the rest are just running. I mean, I'm saying the rest of them are just still running. Like, I'm trying to be. Well, I'm trying to. Who else is indicted other than Trump now that's running?
Just Trump.
What about Carl? Didn't Carly, the woman, the one who lost to Arizona?
Carrie Lake.
Carrie Lake, yeah.
She has been indicted now. Yeah.
And I think she's planning on running for senator now.
Planning on it, but I don't think
Right.
she's actually started that campaign. Which she should if she's going to run in 2024. Biden becomes the first sitting president to join the picket line and meets with the striking UAW workers in Detroit. This is in September. October, it seemed like longer ago than October, Hamas launched a terrorist attack on Israel. That was October 7th. It seemed longer ago than that. And also in October, then McCarthy was ousted by Matt Gaetz, started that whole thing to get McCarthy thrown out. It took, how many people did they go through?
I think three.
Jim Jordan.
Jim Jordan got shot down.
I can't remember who else.
Sessions, was it not Sessions? Scalia? It's not Scalia. The guy that got shot but recovered. The one that got shot by Bernie.
Yeah, right. I can't.
Scalise.
Not
Scalise.
Scalise. Right. So they went through three, finally settling on Mike Johnson, who was probably the most Christo-fascist politician who ever lived, and certainly the most religious fanatic who's ever held Speaker of the House position. I mean, he's he believes God has actually made him the new Moses.
Which is scary.
Yeah.
Unless you want to go with it depends on which Moses you want to go with. If you want to go with the Moses that was the general that led the Israelis out of Egypt, okay, fine. But if you want to go with the Moses that got them lost through the desert for 40 years, I'm okay with that one.
December, just this month, George Santos becomes the sixth lawmaker ever to be expelled from Congress, and then Hunter Biden was indicted in this month as well. So, and can face up to I think 18 years in prison is what he's looking at. So that's the year in review in politics. That's a pretty fucking crazy year. I mean, I lived through Watergate. I lived through assassinations. RFK was assassinated in the height of a campaign. That was June 9th, I believe he was shot.
68, right? Yeah.
So I've been through a lot of weird years in politics. This 2023 has got to be one of the weirdest ones ever. Now, what's the top sports stories of 2023?
Taylor Swift dating Travis Kelce.
All right, that is, oddly enough, a top sports story.
Aaron Rodgers going
down. Let me look.
Into fucking being a New York Jet.
Yeah, but stay on. We'll get to that one. Of 2023. Now, people are blaming the Chiefs for they're losing or three. What are they going since Taylor started dating the guy? What's his name? Kelsey.
Travis Kelce.
Okay. Since the Chiefs are 3-5, and they're blaming it on her.
Well, I mean, it could be the fact that he's trying too hard with her there at the games to impress his girlfriend. I've seen that happen, where the guy takes his mind off the game and start focusing on the girl because he's being watched, and he just tries too hard and starts messing up. I don't know.
Is he is the team rest on his shoulders that much that
he is?
I don't know.
It's not that the team rests on his shoulders as much as the fact is I think the quarterback does. I think a quarterback likes to have a go-to guy, a guy they can trust in a pinch, And I don't know the answer to that because I don't care enough about sports as much as I care about psychology.
Yeah. Top sports stories of 2023. Um, I guess this football club they're talking about is soccer, but we call it soccer. But investigation of football club owner with 4 names believed to have been convicted of fraud. We don't know about that. We wouldn't know about soccer. I mean, you guys ever follow like World Cup or World Cup or whatever? I don't.
No.
What is the FISA Federation? I don't know.
Yeah,
What?
yeah, something like that.
Yeah. I
But
guess
I
Trump
know
selling
the Chicago
selling the U.S.
called
Open.
Chicago
What?
Fire. I know that the Chicago soccer team is called the Chicago Fire, which I can't believe that. You talk about offensive sports team names. Like
Yeah,
Chicago was ravaged by fire
right.
at one
Well, they
point.
could name it the cow after the cow that started the fire, right?
Yeah,
Right,
Betsy.
yeah.
You might as well name it the Chicago Betsies. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
That's
Mrs.
fucking.
O'Leary, the Chicago O'Learys.
I'm, tr- I'm not
I think,
seeing
I to
any.
be honest, I think the top story in sports is the fact that you guys used to have like a football pool that you were doing, and then a certain someone lost his book,
We
and
gave
then
up.
y'all
Yeah,
never recovered. He lost his
right.
book, and y'all never recovered.
Well, let's see how I did. I picked the Jets to be in the Super Bowl. How they doing?
I think they have tickets to go to the Super Bowl.
They do have tickets.
So I think you won there.
No, I picked the Jets and the Eagles, and it looks like the Eagles might, right? Eagles.
The Eagles could make it.
All right. The golf story where the Saudis taking over the tournaments and that Trump's the Doral.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're taking over that. Those are top stories. I don't see any of these stories that I'm familiar with at all.
Yeah, the PGA, the sheer fact that the PGA just buckled under to become part of the Saudis golf thing, whatever it's called. I think it's called Enough Money and You Can Fuck the World tournament.
Right. Now, I think the biggest, maybe not for you guys or for a lot of people, but for me, Otani signing for $700 million, $750 million almost, with the LA Dodgers. Now he is like a modern day Babe Ruth, or even said better than Babe Ruth, according to a lot of people. Best pitcher in baseball and probably one of the best hitters in baseball too. But we're coming to the point where $1 billion baseball players are not that far off. I mean, I remember when the Mets had 4 guys who were millionaires, and that was like an outrage. 4 millionaires on one team. This is what I'm talking about, the 80s. But it was really surprising to have a millionaire. Now you got guys $700 million contracts. Where does it end? And all this kind of and
When I was growing up, my neighbors were Jim Parker from the Baltimore Colts, Earl, Hayes from the Baltimore Bullets, Wes Unseld from the Baltimore Bullets. Like these were neighbors.
So you grew up in a very rich neighborhood then?
You can call it that. But the thing is, I wouldn't say that. No, not really. But those are just my neighbors. The point is that they all had to have second jobs.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Hall of Fame Jim Parker had to have a liquor store. Back then you had to have like a restaurant, a car dealership to get by.
Ed Kranepool and Ron Swoboda, after the Mets won the 1969 World Series, they opened up the dugout in Amityville, New York, and I remember going to meet them there. That was a big thing. They all had to have like side businesses for the winter.
Yeah. Joe, the quarterback from Washington Redskins, Joe Theismann had to have like a car dealership and his restaurants
and prostate pill commercials.
Yeah. Yeah, so they all had to have side hustles.
Now the bigger, because this, I'm looking on the web here, and there's one thing that has top 10 stories, and I don't know any of them, and I don't think nobody gives a shit about their top 10 stories that are listed here. I'm just going to go through them really quick. Eugene Emeralds throw combined no-hitter on the 4th of July. Eugene Emeralds. I guess that's like a minor league baseball team. Lowell football wins 2A state championship. These are not top stories. These are non-stories. This must be Oregon or something.
They must be clickbait.
Top 10 major sporting events of 2023. World Urban Games, Cycling World Championship, World Cricket, Rugby World. None of these are
anything in there about the soccer? Was it the gymnastics coach? Was that this year? The gymnastics coach that got busted for abusing. Was that this year?
I think that was a couple of years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe they're just getting around with the court cases.
Number 8, the Gay Games, an international multi-sport event held every 4 years. Did you guys know about the Gay Games?
No.
Tell me more.
I didn't even know.
They never let poor Willie play in any gay man game. I don't know.
He sees you when you're sleeping, and he likes it a lot.
I know when you're awake, I'll tell you that.
They said, Willie, with your dick so big.
I'm not finishing that poem.
I don't either. I don't want to go there either. No, there are no the soccer. What's the Megan Rapinoe? I guess United States Olympic soccer team is the official United States soccer team. She was crucified, or they celebrated her getting a career-ending injury because of politics.
Did we say goodbye to Govs?
No, we didn't.
Oh, they did.
It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. But I'm going to say goodbye to them right now. No, basically, we don't really have to say goodbye at